Okay, we'll get on to my topic, which is
Anime.
anime. Yeah, I'm coming back to anime. Gotta go back to my roots here. Uh, this almost kind of would have fit better last week because it was something that I watched the first few episodes when it was initially airing, and just forgot about it. Got kind of distracted, and I was like, "Eh, I'm in. I want to watch a little slice of life, a little romance anime." So I remember this one, and I gave it a watch, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if the dub's good." It probably has a dub by now, so I'll check that out. It'll give me a reason to at least rewatch like the first. I think I got like 2 or 3 episodes in. It'll give me at least a chance to watch the first few episodes. So I'm talking about Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso, or Your Lie in April for English speakers. This is it's an A1 Pictures. If you've listened to any time we kind of talk about anime, I usually shit on A1 Pictures a little bit.
What else have they done?
They did Sword Art Online, Erased, Arrow Manga Sensei, Working, shows like that. You can always tell it's an A1 Picture show just by looking at like the character designs, because a lot of them are like the Kirito face if you've ever seen it. The angular chin kind of like design on all the male characters. They have like the same five eyes that they use. Yeah, don't remind me now. They did the Persona 4 Golden anime, which was not as good as Persona 4 by any stretch of the imagination. That anime, but also just I don't care for the character it focused on. But anyways, yeah, it's adopted from the manga by mangaka Arakawa Naoshi, and one thing I like is that it doesn't have any of the A1 typical aesthetics, other than like their penchant for like super crazy animation in certain scenes. But yeah, the character designs look very close to how the manga looks. They like the way the characters' lips look and their eyes. They don't use the same eyes. They obviously put a lot of love and care into this project. So the kind of like basic plot, bare bones synopsis I can give without spoilers. It's about a middle schooler named Ari Makose. He kind of has a tragic past involving his mother. He was a prodigy piano player as like a kindergartner, preschooler, all throughout his life. He's basically known for playing music by the book as it's written. He can take like a score and just kind of go wild with it, what's on the page, and play it perfectly as it's written, as like the musician intended. And this is something like his mom like forced into him. When I say forced, she freaking forced it into him. She is his mom is basically ill, and she eventually ends up dying. This isn't like a big spoiler. It's all backstory that you find out in like the first episode or two. She ends up dying, and after she dies, he kind of like stops playing the piano. More because of the way she taught him, and she's kind of abusive in the way that she instructs him to play piano. So he's kind of shut off. You immediately in the first episode get this obvious feeling that he's shut off from the musical world. He always hangs out in the music room near the piano, but never plays it, like he's afraid to. And eventually, his best friend, whose name I cannot remember, is trying to hook up his other friend with a girl named Miyazono Kaori, who is also a musician. She's a violinist, and he sees her playing, I think it's a melodica, with a bunch of kids, and sees how much she enjoys music and like the passion and spirit she plays it with. So like the first like the meetup date between Arima's friend and Kaori is for them to watch her play violin at this recital where a pianist is going to accompany her. So Kosei gets like this experience that she does not play the score as it's written. She's improvises a lot. She changes tempos constantly. She's all over the place. It's hard for her piano accompanist to even play with her because she's so all over the place. But she plays with like a passion and a zeal and a zest for life that many other musicians in Japan or around them don't necessarily have. And she eventually asks Kosei to be her accompanist, and the plot goes from there. So it's got lots of one thing I was really impressed with were just that immediately jump out at me. This kind of like separates like ho hum everyday like run of the mill stock just churned out anime is like anytime you can notice like themes that go throughout anime, and it's obviously adapted from a manga, so the manga story was pretty strong here, but those themes really shone through in the anime and the animation. So you got like lots of contrasting as a theme. Obviously, like her love for music and the way she plays with Kosei's kind of like robotic, stoic way he plays piano. There's lots of like color versus monotone motifs throughout the series. Like anytime she's playing music, Kaori, the colors are bright, like blues, pinks, yellows, super like hyper animation. Anytime Kosei's like struggling with his traumatic past, trying to play music again, everything's dark and stoic, and the music is kind of like muffled and stuff. So lots of cool contrasting stuff there. You get lots of impermanent stuff because there's like music, performances, time. Spring is like it's called Your Line April, so spring is a heavy like motif throughout the series. Things don't ever stick around or fade away. Performances, music, the things you've accomplished in life are all kind of like a moment in time that kind of pass. So kind of like what I was touching on, the animation's really good. The character designs are really good because they don't look like the stock generic A1 stuff. Weirdly enough, if you're like a classical music nerd, which I'm not like a super nerd about classical music, but I know about it because I'm a musician. So a lot of the themes of like the classical pieces will tie into the episodes and what the characters are going through. They're like not just random classical songs that they pick. Like if Kosei's going like trying to overcome something traumatic and play the piano again, he's playing a very like piece that is not harmonic and is clashing with itself.
And the music's done well, right?
Yes, the performances, like the kind of like just generic background music isn't really memorable, but the performances are very memorable. Like kind of like what's it called? The Rakugo Shinju, where you'll see these like whole Rakugo performances and they're very well done. You see like whole music performances, and the way the characters are animated and the way they play and just the music being played itself is all very good. Like I said, I watched the dub of this, and I don't normally watch the dub of stuff, but I was like, I'll give it a shot. I'll at least usually like if an anime has a dub and I'm about to start watching it, I'll usually like watch an episode because I like keeping up with voice actors and seeing, okay, this person's in this. Is this actually good? Maybe I want to watch more of it. This is one of the best dubs I've ever seen. I put it up there with. It's better than Code Geass, and Code Geass is a pretty solid dub.
Yeah,
it's up there with like Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, Ninja Scroll is a very good dub, stuff like that. It's got like a bunch of newer voice actors, so not any of the old boys like the people you'd see on Critical Role or anything like that. Max Middleman is the main character. He's Ryuji in Persona 5. Magilu and Eleanor from Tales of Berseria are in it. As the two main female characters. They're very good. They're probably the better of the actors / actresses. Especially Kaori's voice actress is very good. She very much gets the spirit of the character and her like cheeriness and positivity through without it being like very cloying or unauthentic like it is in a lot of dubs, if you know what I'm talking about. Like the Genki girl, like that super happy, energetic girl is always in dubs. She always is like very weird to me. Comes off that way, like that. The voice acting always feels stilted, but she does a great job. So the OPs are great, the endings, which is something I really care about a lot in anime for some reason. Like all my friends who watch it always skip the OPs and the endings, and I'm like, you gotta watch the OPs and the endings, man. I love like if anime have really good openings, I always like watch them every time I like watch through an episode. Like, and I barely ever like skip them. So yeah, it's really good. I can't really say much more about the plot without spoiling it. It is very drama heavy, so if you don't like lots and lots of like inter-character conflicts and like it's not like the misunderstanding like will she not confess like bullcrap that you see a lot in a lot of like love triangle or romance anime. The drama is all like kind of internal, especially for the main character. He's trying to overcome like this traumatic past and like this kind of abuse being tied with playing music that his mother has like put on him through her teaching.
How many episodes is it?
22 episodes. So not a full what do they call
them? Course?
Yes, not like a full 2 like.
Yeah, it's a little short of 2 course.
Yeah, it's 22. Normally, like a 2-season anime would be like 26 episodes. So
yeah,
it's a little bit shorter. It doesn't seem like it drags. The pacing's very good. It's definitely my favorite A1 show. And which Anohana is the only other one that I like. And it's kind of very similar to Anohana. It's a lot less. Anohana is a lot more melodramatic. This isn't melodramatic at all. It's like watching a good drama movie. I even heard the movie adaptation of this was pretty good. So
I will have.
Oh, meta you. So I want you to watch it, Mal, because the dub's good.
You have to remind me on Saturday.
Yeah, and the dub is good, and I like you were kind of saying you're not like super big into dramas, but it's not like over the top. Like it's not like super cliched like you would think. With like I was saying the.
Do people ever laugh?
Will they ever confess? Yeah, people laugh.
Okay.
It's very happy. It's very happy.
Okay.
It has somber parts, but it's kind of like the theme. There's the somber parts, but it's equally contrasted against with happiness, brightness, and hope. Like right. you root for Arima to pull out of his thing. He's not always in it. He eventually like works his way through stuff and has his arc. All the characters are very good. Like the thing I will say, like that I would knock points for it is like the other 2 main characters are kind of a little bit put on. One of them in particular is put very much kind of on the back burner. Mm-hmm. It more focuses on like 3 out of 4 of them, and even at a certain point, one of them kind of falls off a little bit to the way the narrative is obviously going, but it has a little bit of predictable stuff, but even then, it's still great. It's all about watching the main character kind of like his past and how he deals with it and gets through it. And if you love music or like are a musician, grew up playing music in like middle school and high school and stuff, or you know about classical music, it'll give you some stuff to relate to. That's something I really liked about it because I played music all through school, and something I really identified with, and it's got the feels. So I love it. If I'm going to rate it, I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10.
All right.
So I'm going to bug you, Mal, about watching this.
I will try.
And I want Meta to watch it too, but he's not going to.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Why you watched your name?
I did watch. Well, is it a movie or is it?
It's not a movie. It's 22 episodes.
That's there you go. That's why.
How
if it was a movie, I'd watch it.
Yeah. Oh, which you guys need to watch. Oh, what's it called? I was telling you about it too. It's very. Everyone's comparing it to your name.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't remember the name.
Oh my gosh, I'm killing myself. I've even brought it up on the podcast.
Killing me now. I want to know.
I'll give it to you after the podcast when I'll look it up. So I'm not just standing here and you hear me go clicky 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 looking this up. But it's about a kid who bullies a girl who is deaf in his grade, and he eventually learns more about her and stuff. And it's super sad as well. And it's very much like your name.
Shit, I have to watch it.
Less like super fantasy-ish. I mean, less with like
Koei no Katachi?
Yes. A silent voice. Thank you. Yes. Silent voice. You need to watch that as well. It is also very good. And it is a movie.
Does it have a dub?
I don't think so. I think it came out after... I'm sure it will eventually. It's also very popular.
Nope. Got English voice actors.
Oh, does it? Okay. Well, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
So, watch that. I want Mal to watch this. I want him to watch your name, and I want him to watch Koei no Kitachi. Spend your whole weekend watching the feels. Get the feels, man.
Max Middleman is also in this one.
Oh, okay. There you go. Is he the main character?
I don't know.
You just know he's in it. Yeah. He's really good. I didn't immediately recognize him as Ryuji. I was like, I recognize his voice from somewhere. And I was like, oh, it's Ryuji, because he's not, like, cursing constantly and being, like, a gruff character like he is in Persona 5.
He's not the main character.
Oh, he isn't? Okay.
No.
Well. Yeah, but it is also very good. So, yeah, those are my top 3 Phil's anime that, if you're an anime fan, you like the Phil's, that you should watch. What are you doing out there if you haven't? Feels. You can't always watch Naruto and Dragon Ball Z Super.
Lies, you can.
And that crap. Your ReZeros and your freaking Sword Art Online Season 5.
Fairy Tail.
Your Fairy Tales. Get out of here with that crap, unless you're watching Shokugeki no Soma, which I'll give you a thumbs up. Because the new season, that's been great. But, yeah, so... If you like the drama, you like the feels, you haven't seen it yet, Your Lie in April, Shigatsu wa Kimi, so check it out. It's only a few years old. I'm pretty sure it's on
2014,
Crunchyroll.
2015.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. And I think the dub was on Netflix. I don't think it is anymore, though. I remember seeing it on there at one point, too. But, yeah, so check it out. It's good. All right, that's episode 34. Podcast of 5 Rings, your source of enlightenment in the realm of video games, tabletop, anime, film, and tech. Each episode of Podcast of 5 Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud. Now, talking about topic day by day on YouTube with the full video releasing on Friday. Just like I promised Meta, here comes those social media accounts.
Right.
Twitter, Podcast 5R. Facebook, P5R Podcast. Check out Meta and them streaming. We streamed last night, or you streamed us playing For Honor last night, like we were talking about. There, twitch.tv/PSOFlow. I'm really excited because in 5 hours, I'm going to be staying up and playing me some of that Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's going to be my life this week. Mal, don't play Xenoblade. You don't need to finish that 100-hour game. You just watch all this anime.
I am delving right into good, glorious For Honor. I'm really enjoying the game.
Part of the reason I listen to or use dubs is so I can also do other things.
Well, there you go. Do it all at once.
Right.
Multitask. I envy you. I can't multitask at all. I can't do it. I'm jelly of everyone who does that. All right, we'll be back next week. We also are going to do monthly modules here soon. We haven't hammered out a date after I skimped out on everyone to play L5R.
Damn it.
So we'll talk about that. We'll have something fairly soon for that too. So look forward to it, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Later.
Bye.